Hello, and welcome to Introduction to Anti-Oppression Terminology. This video is brought to you by the Rainbow Diversity Institute, a company that does education on equity, diversity, and inclusion topics like this and many others. You can learn more about us at rainbowdiversityinstitute.ca. So today's video is going to provide an introduction to the concept of oppression. So by the end of this video, you'll have a better sense of what oppression is and how to define it. So oppression refers to the systematic subjugation of one social group, in this case, the marginalized or oppressed group, by a more powerful social group, in this case, the socially dominant group, or you could call them the oppressing group. And oppression occurs in effort to benefit the oppressing group socially, financially, and politically. So put more simply, oppression is a combination of power and prejudice. So this is important because we can actually be prejudiced against anybody, and prejudice is not necessarily always directly tied to oppression. So we can hold prejudicial beliefs about members of dominant groups. So for example, in the North American Western context that I'm speaking to in Canada, for example, you might hold prejudicial beliefs against white people, but that's not equated to oppression of white people, because for oppression to occur, you need that kind of prejudice, and then you need the power to manifest that prejudice or reinforce that prejudice through various social systems and structures and through cultural norms and ideologies. And so we'll talk a little bit more about what that means. So when we're talking about power, we, especially in the context of oppression, we're talking about the power that lies in our cultural norms and our ideologies, and in our institutions and systems, as well as the power that lies within the individuals who have the ability to shape those cultural norms and ideologies and those systems and institutions. So when we say oppression is equal to prejudice plus power, we're talking about prejudice. And if you were thinking in terms of, let's take race as an example again, racial prejudice plus the power that lies in the institutions and the ability to shape institutional policies and procedures. So who is in those positions of power in education, law, government, media, etc. And then the power that lies in our cultural norms and ability to shape values and beliefs. So again, thinking about media representation, ideology, again, thinking about education, all of those ways in which cultural norms get established, influenced, and reinforced, and who is in those positions of power to determine those cultural norms or to shape them. So when we talk about oppression, we're talking about a combination of that power as well as prejudice against a particular group. And those two things combined create a system of oppression in which one group is marginalized or oppressed at the expense of a more dominant group. So I hope this helps you to understand what oppression means. And I thank you for taking the time to watch this video today. You can find more videos like this and more information about Rainbow Diversity Institute at rainbowdiversityinstitute.ca.